All right, you guys, welcome to tonight's team call. I am super excited about it because Carrie and Jen and I are going to share it and do all the things with you. We have been, most of you have been in our thread, the Revive Tribe. You've been like doing really awesome, working your businesses hard the last 2 to 3 weeks. And we, this is obviously people who are not in that thread either. We are going to be doing some new things for November that we're really excited to push out there. So thankful you guys are all here tonight. If you're catching the recording, sorry you weren't here live. Okay, so we got a couple things. We're gonna just toss it right over to Carrie, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, over to you.
Hey. Okay, so I was driving to work this morning. I had like an hour-long drive, and I was trying to think about our call tonight and what we could talk about to hopefully get you guys like a little excited and a little energized, because I know this time of year can feel very opposite of that. And I was thinking about the fourth quarter, and this might sound weird, but I really love the fourth quarter of the year, and I love the first quarter. Like there's something about those two quarters specifically that just like energize me. And so I was just questioning myself on that, like, why in the world do I feel that way? And I don't know, are there any former basketball players here? Possibly.
Not me, but Lindsay and Courtney.
Hi. Okay, so I'm a former basketball player, not good at it, but played. And I was driving in the car and I was thinking about quarter four, and I immediately thought about basketball. And then like, go with me here for a second. It dawned on me that the year 2020 was basically Space Jam. Like, listen, just go with me. We get on the court, you're so excited to play, you're ready for the freaking game, you've practiced, you know what your plays you're gonna run, like so ready and excited, and then freaking monsters show up on the court. And you're just like, what the heck? I didn't expect any of this. Like, this is a totally different team than I was expecting. You have to think on your feet. You have to run completely different plays and get creative. You're exhausted because they are just beasts. And then you get to the fourth quarter. And heading into the fourth quarter, you could feel like you are 20 points behind and you're the underdog and you're exhausted from trying. You could feel like you're maybe starting to pay too much attention to the stands and what they're yelling at you and what they're saying to you, and you're not focusing on your game, which we know as athletes, like you have to stay focused on your game and not listen to anyone who's not actually playing with you, because it doesn't matter, because they have no idea what you're going through. My dad loved to yell during all of my games in high school. Anyway, you could maybe be riding high off of the first three quarters. You might feel like you're crushing it and you're just going to coast the fourth quarter because you've worked so hard you can afford to coast a little bit. Or you could be heading into the fourth quarter already mentally planning to ride the bench because you're just done and you're waiting for the next game. None of these attitudes are going to serve us in the fourth quarter, because the fourth quarter is literally, in sports and in this business, where the elite athletes are made, and it's where the games are won. So you have to think about that when you're looking at the fourth quarter of your business. You have to keep pushing. You have to take every shot that you can until the buzzer sounds on December 31st at midnight. You have to keep your energy up. You have to lean into your team. You have to remember why you want to win, what you're playing for, and what it means to you. And that's what's going to keep driving you forward. In my mind, elite athletes in the fourth quarter, like they just put it all out there on the court. You give it everything you freaking have left in the tank and you lay it all out there. You don't think like, maybe I'll hold back and save some energy for my next game. Not going to happen, because this is the game that matters, you guys. So think about this when you're thinking about the next 2 months of your business, because I know you're going to feel beat up. You're going to feel like these monsters are coming at you and you just want to give them the ball and let them run with it and go sit on the bench and be like, I'm done. I don't care anymore. And that's what we do most of the time, is if we're ready to give up, we just convince ourselves that we don't care. And we forget when we made our goals, that feeling we had and that drive we had when we made them, and how much we really actually do care. And I think Megan's going to touch a little bit more on that. But I I can go with this analogy all day. I've got like all the things for this. So Beachbody has literally given us the winning play for the fourth quarter. They have given us 9-week control freak. That is a freaking slam dunk. But you will not win the game if you're not on the court taking the shots and running the play. So don't just expect like your business to take off because 9-week control freak is happening from Beachbody. You still have to put in the work, let people know what's coming, send your invites out, take the shots. Like, I'm looking at your shots as invites in my mind, right? Like, it doesn't matter how many shots a basketball player misses. All that matters is how many they make, right? You will miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You will miss 100% of the people you don't invite to your groups. But the more you invite and the more you take the shot, the more you hone that skill, the more accurate you get, the less likely you are to hit it off the backboard, the more likely you are to get that nice pretty swish and that slam dunk. I told you I could literally go with this analogy all day. Like, all the basketball things just start coming at me with fourth quarter. But just to wrap that little piece up, I found a quote that I really, really liked, and then we'll talk about one other thing real quick, and then I'll pass on to the other girls. But it's from Jerry Jones, who's like not my favorite person, but it was a good quote. It says, everybody's pretty good in the first quarter. Second quarter, you have a little bump or two on you coming into the half. By the time the third quarter comes around, you're tired, you're laboring. When you come to the fourth quarter, it calls on your character. And that is so true, you guys. Like, this is really where you have to like just lean into the heart behind your business and the reason why you started coaching in the first place, because it's going to feel hard. It's going to feel like a struggle sometimes, but you can't give in to that. You have to just remember your why. You have to lean into your personal development so that you don't let those monsters convince you that you're not good enough and you can't play the game and you can't win. Because to me, my monsters right now, and I don't know what your monsters are heading into the fourth quarter, but mine are my self-limiting beliefs, and they are coming at me every freaking day. And the only way I overcome that is by my personal development and leaning into my team. So maybe ask yourself what your monsters are in your fourth quarter. Maybe rewatch a little bit of Space Jam if you want to like pump yourself up. Maybe listen to some music before you get on the court to amp yourself up, and then just play the freaking game, you guys. Like, we're all a team playing together. We're all here for each other. We're all going to help each other win at the end of the day. And then we'll just be rolling into 2021. We are going to talk a little bit, well, not a little bit, we're going to talk a lot about Success Club, and that might make some of you want to roll your eyes and vomit. And quite honestly, I talk about Success Club so much I want to vomit sometimes, but the reason is it's not because we love to talk about it. It's because like those are literally your points in the game. Like, that is just a way that Beachbody has researched over time that they know that your business is moving forward. It's a way, kind of like, I look at it as like Alana, how she uses the scale. It could be a very emotional attachment for you, or you could use it as straight facts on whether it's a weight loss day or not. Success Club is the same. It could be something that you look at that really beats you up because you feel like if you don't get it, you fail and you're never going to get there, and it just seems like this big monster. Or you can just use it as a healthy way of checking if your business is moving forward or not. So like, for me personally, I was telling Megan and Jen today, I had for a while had a really unhealthy relationship with Success Club, in the sense that like I felt pressured by it. I'm an achiever. I'm a 3, for any of you that don't know that, on the Enneagram. And to me, Success Club was like a pass-fail box. And if I didn't hit it, I failed. I was a sucky person. I was a sucky coach. And I might as well not have a business. Like, that's the way I looked at Success Club. And that's not healthy. And it didn't serve me at all. When I changed my perspective and I changed my relationship with Success Club to realize that all it is a gauge to make sure that my business is moving forward. It's a building block to make sure that my business is moving forward. Then I was so much more positive in moving towards Success Club and my approach to it. I was so much more willing, sorry, to shoot for Success Club 20 versus Success Club 6, because I realized that like it's only serving me to hit high Success Club numbers, because it means I'm bringing people in my door of my business. And like I said to Megan and Jen today, I think I might have told my team this last week, but like Starbucks doesn't open their doors and only want to serve 3 people that month. They're not going to do that. So we got to think bigger. I'm probably going to stop talking because I'm going to cough like crazy, I think. But just know when we talk about Success Club, it's not to pressure you. It's not to make you feel like a failure if you don't hit it. It's only because we care so much about you guys and your dreams and your goals for your business. And everyone on this call is a business builder, that our way of helping you with those dreams and goals is to make sure that we are serving you. And through that, we talk about Success Club and what you can do to get there and, have some fun along the way. So, okay, I think I'm done now. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, so we're gonna take that and we're gonna roll to Jen, and she's like, wait, what? So we're gonna roll to Jen, and she's gonna kind of elaborate more on what Carrie just kind of said about, when our goal is Success Club, why that's that's the goal, but what we really have to like think about in order to hit Success Club. So we'll go there.
I thought I was going after you. Wasn't prepared there. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So like Carrie was saying, you guys hear us say you got to hit Success Club every month. And it's not like, it means so much more than just those numbers. And I said that in the team page today. And it's really, like Carrie said, that what Beachbody put out, it's a benchmark that if you are helping 3 people every month, you are moving your business forward. It's proven. All the top coaches, they are hitting Success Club every month, and they're not just hitting Success Club 6. It's like high numbers. And so I want you guys to think bigger than, like, what does that mean to you? What does helping 3 people every month, or hopefully more, mean to you guys? You got to think about like the bigger picture. What does that extra income mean for you and your family? Like for me, and your goals can change over time. When I first started coaching, honestly, I just wanted to get my products paid for because I didn't want to have to hear it from my husband that I was spending $99 or whatever Shakeology, $99 on a bag of shake, because I had just cut down my hours to be home with my daughter. And we did not have the extra money, so that was, for me, that's what that meant, because I knew he would be like, okay, well, where is this money coming from? Since you just racked up $100,000 in student loans and now you're not really working in your field. And then when I was like, okay, so I made that my non-negotiable every single month, really, because I'm a competitive person and I like prizes. And Megan told me that if I hit Success Club, I would get a prize every month. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. But then I started to see like, okay, that wasn't hard. Like helping 3 people, there are billions of people out there that need our help. Like 3 people is not hard. If you think it's hard, it's going to be hard. But so then I got a little taste of like what Success Club 10 was, and then what Success Club 20 was, and that money coming in. And I started to think of the bigger picture. I spent 25 years in school. Like I went and got my doctorate. So never, ever did I imagine that I would be a stay-at-home mom. Like that was never on my radar. But after I had Lily, I realized that my dreams were changing and I didn't want to be stuck in the clinic 40, 50 hours a week. And I saw the potential in this business. And so then, I started to make bigger goals for myself and set the bar a little bit higher. Because I started to see the potential. I think a lot of times when you're first starting, or when maybe you're just struggling each month to hit that bare minimum of Success Club 6, it's hard to see the bigger picture. And if you look at us, you might think Carrie Megan and I have been coaches for 4 or 5 years now. So like we've been in the game for a while. So you can't compare your chapter 1 or chapter 2 to our chapter 10. But we want you guys, like we see potential in all of you. We wouldn't have asked you to be on our team if we didn't see something special in you. And so we want you guys to dream a little bit bigger. We want you to dig deep into that why, what this opportunity means to you and your family. And if your goals don't scare you, like I am not going to sit here and tell you what your goals need to be, but I am going to tell you that Success Club 6 is not going to get you out of bed every morning and do the work. I was listening to, I wrote some notes down. I was listening to it's an Audible. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. The 10X rule. And it was like perfect timing. It was yesterday. I was driving my car and he was talking about goal setting and how the majority of people do not set big enough goals. And the reason that people don't stick to their goals is because they fail to set goals that are high enough from the beginning. So he said, if you start small, you're going to go small. Failure to think big enough in the beginning usually means they will never act big enough, often enough, or persistently enough. So like I said, Success Club 6 is not going to get you out of bed every morning. Like, is that really what fires you up? For me, what fires me up and what gets me out of bed every morning and what gets me sending my invites every day and what gets me showing up every day is the thought that I don't want to have to go back to work after I have this third kid. I want to have that flexibility to work a day or two a month, but I don't want to have to. And this opportunity can provide that for me. So I want to encourage you guys, to set bigger goals. They should be scary. Like I told Megan, I set my goal up on my goal board right here, my whiteboard in my office. It says, I am a 10-star Diamond Elite Coach. Had to look at it. I am a 10-star Diamond Elite Coach. Now, when I set that at the beginning of the year, I knew that was a stretch. I started the year as 2-star, but I knew if I set that 10-star goal, that I would at least hit my goal of 5, like my real goal of 5-star. But if you set your goal at Success Club 6, you're less likely to even hit 6. So set the goal of 10 or 20 because you're going to keep working harder. And then if you fall a little short, you'll reach that like original goal. Does that make sense? Okay, sorry, I could go on and on. Was that everything that I was supposed to talk about, Megan?
No, yeah. I mean, I just kind of wanted you guys, speak from your heart, not really like, script or whatever. No, that was great. So I kind of actually wanted to like tie in a lot. I took what Jen said and it really like struck me. So what I was going to talk about quickly was kind of a little bit different. So many of you guys probably don't know like my story the last couple years. You don't really need to, but what you need to know is that while I have been a coach for, it'll be 6 years in February, I've worked every single month of that. So my sign up date was my coach start date. About 2 or 3 years ago, it just kind of like all kind of, went messy. I was hitting my goals, but there was a lot going on behind the scenes. And I realized through, this is why everyone should hit Success Club their first 6 months, because I realized through the opportunity of being in a test group for Transform 20 with Shaun T, how little the workout mattered and how much what they say to you mattered and what they were training your mind to get you to really make matter. So through that, I mean, I did the program, I start to finish, committed, all of that. But what meant more to me in that 6 weeks of being in that test group was listening to Shaun T in the workouts, having him as like my coach in the challenge group. So listening to my coach and their words and taking that. So long story short, through that whole test group opportunity, my entire mindset completely changed. Like that was like a catalyst for so much growth, I feel like, in myself. And so what I kind of want to say to that is, for a very long time up until that point, my goal was Success Club 10. I wanted the leads, and I wanted the paid leads every month. And I was like, because that's more income. And, I'm here to be able to take Bryce to Disney, to, go to Target when I don't really go there, but go there sometimes and buy stupid graphic tees if I want it and not feel bad about it. So the money there was important to me. However, I set Success Club 10 as my goal for so long that for those like 2 or 3 years in that time frame, I was only hitting Success Club 6, 8, 10. Maybe like 1 or 2 months I went to 12, but never more than that. And it's because I set that goal, and like if I'm shooting for that goal, and I fall a little short, like then I'm not. So my point is, you need to set a goal that's higher than what your real non-negotiable goal is. So if my non-negotiable, if I kept saying, was Success Club 10, when I hit that lid, or when I did all the work to get to that, like I really was like not allowing myself to go further. Okay. I was like putting a lid on my mindset where like 10 is great. That's all you need. That's all you need to go to. Sometimes I hit it. Sometimes I didn't. So my mindset totally shifted. And it was that I needed to, the bigger my goals, the bigger my work had to be. But really, the more I had to focus on my mindset. I had to, without a doubt, every single day, and probably I'm like a little obsessed with it now, listen to personal development. In the car, while I'm showering, while I'm doing dishes, I literally have it on at night, like while I'm preparing dinner, like all the things. Sometimes I need to turn it off because it's not so appropriate if it's like Grant Cardone or whatever. But I'm not saying I want you to become obsessed, but it is so important, the personal development you're doing, and not just what everyone else is doing. What do you actually need? And I want you guys to think about, like, as we're in the fourth quarter, I don't want you to say, hey, what's everybody reading for personal development? I want you to say, I'm struggling here. Does anyone have suggestions for that, for personal development? And then dive into it, use it. And then also this is other things that I've also incorporated in mindset work, but without a doubt, I 100% thought that manifesting and like affirmations were bullcrap. And I was like, yeah, Kim Fitzpatrick, you're like, that's a bunch of juju. And Moira, because they're like queens of that. Like you need to, manifest and have vision and all of that. So I listened to a call from a really high up coach, and she was talking about vision. I didn't really get it at the time, but she said to close your eyes and just kind of envision if time and money were of no concern. If you had all the time in the world and you had all the money that you could possibly need, what do you want your morning to be like? What do you want your day to be like? What do you want your weekends to be like? And for me, so everybody's different. I don't really need to tell you what mine are, but setting those visions were really important to me. Like I really wanted to, for one, I really wanted to have the weekends in the summer to go to my dad's beach house whenever I wanted to with Bryce. Like I grew up at the beach as a baby and a kid, and that's what I wanted. So I had that as a vision, like every day written down as a goal. And, I feel like if you have the visions and you do that, now I am preaching to you like they do, it does happen. So personal development is huge. Your vision is huge. Your like manifesting is huge. Like you just have to do those things. And I know everybody's like, well, I just need to invite or connect, but this is like a missing piece that I feel like I missed for a long time. And I know as we've been coaches, like all of us who have been here for a while, even, you know, not just the ones that are leading the call tonight, I think a lot of us have realized over the years the mistakes we've made and where we've fallen short. And that's why we are like, you know, personal development is so important. That's your missing link, I think, for a lot of people. I don't think you're pouring into yourself and your brain enough. You're pouring into you physically and nutritionally, but you're not pouring into your brain and your heart enough. And you're just not getting that stuff for yourself. Okay, so I just want to share one more thing. On, I don't know what it was, for Christmas last year, Bryce got from my parents like a rock painting kit. I don't know. So one day, like in January, I think it was still over Christmas break actually, we were painting some rocks and he was like, paint with me. And there was like little decals in the kit, like you could put it on the rock and paint whatever. So this was one of the decals in the kit, a diamond. And I was like, all right, well, I kind of like that one out of all of the ones. Like, it actually means something to me, diamond. So I did the rock and I did, oh, I don't know, I'm shaking, sorry, 5-star diamond. And I know this is silly, but it has been sitting on my desk right next to my computer, my very small desk in our spare bedroom, by the way. You don't need to have anything big and grand. It has been sitting here for the last 10 months and I kept looking at it every day and I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. This is going to be hard. But like, I kept looking at it and I kept envisioning like my name on the National Wake Up Call. And I said that today in my stories. Like, I literally visioned every week, the last 3 years of Darren saying my name. So manifesting that and seeing that, and I'm serious, putting that near my desk and looking at it every day for the last 10 months. And we hit 5-star a couple weeks ago. So while that seemed so unattainable and like so far out, it's one, because it's something I'd never done before. So if you're feeling like Success Club 6 or Success Club 10, or let's talk about it like helping 3 to 5 people a month. If you're feeling like finding 3 to 5 people a month to help with our total solution is hard, it's hard because maybe you've never done it before. Or it's hard because, like Jen said, you're telling yourself it's hard. Taking you back to the mindset. Everything that we do, we have to have the right mindset. Even if it seems cuckoo, even if it seems so far out, I can't implore to you guys enough, like how much mindset has really changed me over the last 3 or so years, in all ways, not just in business. So I wanted to talk the mindset. I told you about where I was, blah, blah, blah. I have notes, sorry. Okay, and the last thing that I wanted to touch on was, I think they kind of touched on this too. So when we set our goals, I think it's really important that you guys, so for me, when I set my very first goal in this business, it wasn't to check off a box. It wasn't because my coach said hit Success Club every month for 12 months. She did. It wasn't because of that. It was because I knew that if I didn't help 3 people a month, inside my heart and my brain, like inside my heart and my gut, that like actually pained me because I gave up, you know, my full-time nursing salary to be home with Bryce, and, you know, our retirement, our health insurance, like all of the things that you get from corporate, or I don't even know if that's called corporate when you're at a hospital, but all of the things you get that are like so much better value or so much better like premiums and stuff, we lost it all. So not only did I lose my income, but I lost a lot more. So it pained me to sign up for a challenge pack. It pained me to get Shakeology the next month. And not pay it myself. Like, sure, my husband, we could pay it, that's fine. But it pained me that he worked so hard and there was like, I was spending it totally on myself, like if that makes sense. It wasn't like I was at Costco or the grocery store. It was solely for myself. And so that for me, it pained me. So I was like, I have to help 3 people a month. So I want you guys to think about, and it probably sounds like, like too much, like pain. Like, why do I have to feel pain about this? But that's what's going to get you out of bed in the morning, like Jen said. That's what's going to make you get up at 4:30 in the morning if your day with your kids and your work has to start at 6, and 4:30 to 6 you work your business and you get your workout in. Like, that pain point has to be so strong that it's going to make you show up even if it's 10 o'clock at night and you haven't done anything yet. Um, and I don't say that to, you know, make you feel like this has to be like a horrible, like a, like a really, I don't know the word, but I just feel like when we set goals, they're sometimes like not, they're great goals and like we want them for more, but what about like we have to show up harder, and if we're not showing up for something that's really going to matter, like if we hit Success Club 6 and make $150, that's great, but like I really feel like a lot of people, they spend $150 a month no problem, and like it's not like any sweat off their back. So what does it mean to you if you don't like help 3 to 5 people a month? If that's what you're really striving for, if that's what you really want to do, if you don't do that, what hurts inside a little bit? um, and then the last thing I just wanted to say is I think everyone looks at, us diamonds and us star diamonds here, or anybody in the network, and they're like, they're magical unicorns. Like they just have people coming into their inbox and say, send me a share cart, and they sign up. I just want you guys to know that like we are in the trenches with you. We are not asking you to do anything that we don't do on a daily basis. Um, Even the top coaches in the network, the top 10, the top, I actually just was on a call with Moira Kusaba. She's number 2 in the network. And she said, I literally do not have people coming to me to sign up for my challenge group. Like I won't hit Success Club if I don't send the invites. And I've heard Melanie Mitchell before say, if I don't invite to coaching, I won't get people coming to me just to coach. So it doesn't matter like what rank you are, what, your following is, how pretty your pictures are, how many likes you get. This is a huge thing for people. This is not just, going and buying, and I'm not putting anything else down, but like leggings or candles or all of the things like that. This is asking someone to really be vulnerable and make a change in their life. And that's hard for people. And so people know not to like your post, not to comment, not to answer your polls, because they know if they do, that we're going to reach out to them. And they can't have that vulnerability yet. They're not there yet to have that. So I want you guys to just know we're fully in the trenches with you. This is Q4, and if you show up and you dig in with us now and you collaborate and just be here with us, you're going to go into January like amazing. I promise you. You show up, you do your connections, you build your community like a following, you invite people relentlessly, because you have something that I feel like none of you would be on this call wasting your time tonight if you did not feel like Beachbody did something really impactful for your life. So the fact that you're here means you 110% believe in what we have and how valuable it is to people, that you need to be inviting relentlessly. And when people tell you no, you move on to the next person, and you move on to the next person until you come across the people that need you. And another like affirmation I say every morning is it's something along the lines of like, because I believe that Beachbody has changed my life and this community and the programs and everything, that the people who need this will come into my life and I can share it with them. And it is just an affirmation I have written down, and I say it every day in the morning. So wrapping it all up with mindset again, we're here for you guys. Okay, so now I don't know who wants to share it, Jen or Carrie. I know Jen was like popping in and out. I think her maybe connection went.
I'm good.
So, okay, she's here. Okay, so we wanted to share with you guys just something we have planned for November, and all of you guys to dive in and do it with us. Who wants to take it? Carrie, Jen?
Oh, I can. That's
Okay.
fine. So we were just talking about, I mean, I know the three of us are very competitive. So we just wanted to do something fun this month because we know, with the holidays coming up and it gets stressful, people take their foot off the gas. So we want to keep things fun and exciting. So we were thinking of doing a team-wide challenge. Well, we are going to do a team-wide challenge, a beat your best. So there's different tiers here. And so we're going to have different tiers of prizes. So the first tier is if you hit Success Club 6, or you have 500 PV, so you sell 500 volume for the month of, we're in November. Yes, sorry. For the month of November, you will get the first tiered prize. Then the second tier is beating your best. Oh yeah, write that down. Thank you. So you guys can see if you just started coaching and your best is 0, you got a great shot. But you can check in your back office. You can see your Success Club points from December of 2019 through this month. So I want everybody to go back, if you've been coaching for a while, and see what your highest Success Club number was. And if you beat your best, right? You beat your best, or you beat what?
You're right. You beat yourself. Beat their best.
Beat their best. Yeah. Is that a second prize? Or the second tier? And then the highest prize, which is a Theragun, is whoever hits the highest Success Club points between our teams. So I didn't mess that up, right? That was
no, you're right. Yeah.
So we just thought it would be fun. I mean, I love prizes. You guys should know that. Even a tank, I'm like, I gotta win that tank, Like, it's the littlest thing.
There's the Theragun, guys. So it's actually real and it's really happening. So it's there for you.
Yeah. That's a $200 value, guys. So hopefully that lights a little fire under some people's bottoms. And with the November to Remember promo, like, guys, I cannot even stress enough, like, the value that we have to offer people. When I started almost 4 years ago, I was one of those New Year's resolution people, and I signed up with just the Year of Bod and Shaco, and I paid $200, and I thought that was good. For the entire year of Beachbody On Demand, that's a $6,000 value. So now everything's $20 off this month. You can get the Year of Bod. You can get a bag of Shaco or Performance Line. You can get both nutrition programs, which in themselves is a $250 value. And then like MBF or 30-day breakaway or whatever for $160. Like, no one can give you the price objection for that if you are showing them the value. Thanks to Carrie, I only offer now the deluxe because that's, in my opinion, the best value. It's things I use every single day. And I have no problem at all telling people, like, you're getting almost $700 in product for $219. So right now we have such an advantage with this sale to help people. In the beginning, when I first started, I got the price objection all the time because I wasn't confident in what we had to offer. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in what we had to offer. But now I like live and breathe by Beachbody, the programs, the Shakeology, the Energize. And it's completely changed my life. So like, I have no problem talking about it. So if you struggle with talking about it, reach out to one of us and we can help you. But just know that what we have to offer is an incredible, incredible value. And the only time people are going to give you the price objection is if they don't see the value in it. Because I was talking to Laura the other day or yesterday, people don't think twice about going to Starbucks and paying $5 for coffee. They don't think twice about going through the McDonald's drive-through. They don't think twice about going to Wawa and paying $10 for lunch. So if we show them the value in what we have to offer, you know, you'll get that less price objection. I digress. Let me go back. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. But we have so many things this month. Not only No Excuse November, $20 off every single challenge pack. Now remember, 30-Day Breakaway and MBF already are $20 off. So you're not going to get an additional $20 off the $160. They're originally $180. We've got, I'm not really sure, I didn't read into that, the 9-week Control Freak new customer and first time seller promo. Did either of you?
Can you guys see the graphic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the 9-week Control Freak promo. If you have anyone who purchases a challenge pack in the month of November, they will get their promo code for the accessories bundle or the digital access. They'll get a 30% off promo code.
Okay.
Now, for coaches, if you signed up anytime January 1st until October 31st, it said, and you had not earned a Success Club point yet, you earn a point this month, you'll get the promo code as well. So that was for the Control Freak.
Cool. And then as always, we've got our Success Club prizes. Each, I guess it's every month 1, month 3, month 6, month 9, and 12. Today, Peppermint Mocha launched. Hopefully you guys got your hands on it. Is it still available? Because when I went on, it was sold out, but then apparently it came back.
I just checked a little bit ago and it was there.
Okay. So right now, the nutrition programs are added to 30-Day Breakaway, MBF, November 4th, Morning Meltdown 100 challenge packs and Mes de Mas challenge packs will also include them. And then November 11th, Transform 20 and 80-Day Obsession challenge packs will also be updated to include the nutrition programs. So this is incredible, guys, because most people struggle with nutrition and they really could use the help from these nutrition plans to break free from dieting once and for all, especially as we head into the holidays. So many people binge and they're like, oh, it's the holidays. The holidays are one day. Thanksgiving is one day. Christmas is one day. So why ruin 2 months and then start January 1st, which is not a magical date, but again, getting ahead of myself. Then, I mean, you guys can read this, but Virtual Super Sunday is this, Super Weekend is this Saturday. There'll be trainings. There is no workout, I don't think. And then November 17th, 9-week Control Freak training will be on the Beachbody Champions page. Do we know if the accessory loop and such have come back in stock? For which,
I would
like just like adding it on?
I would check the FAQs in the back. For 80 day, I have no idea. I would, they have in the FAQs, if you just type back order or out of stock, it comes up with the latest. They update it every week now. What's there? Okay. I think we went through all that, right?
Oh, a few other things. Go through, this is what I do at the beginning of every month, is I go into my back office and I look at subscription orders. And I look to see whose BOD is renewing this month because I can get them upgraded to a challenge pack. I look who has a Shakeology on HD order that's going to ship this month. And I reach out to all of those people. BOD, upgrade to a challenge pack. Shakeology, upgrade to a completion pack. Like right now, the 30-day breakaway or MBF completion packs are the same exact price as our customers are paying for Shakeology. So why not reach out to all of your customers who have Shakeology on HD and get them more for their money? Also, if they already have MBF or 30-day breakaway, the Shakeology and 3-day refresh challenge pack is $140. So they can get a 3-day refresh for $10. And then if they want to save it for after Thanksgiving or after Christmas or, New Year, it's a great option to save them money. And then you also get 2 Success Club points. So, I typically do hit high Success Club numbers every month, but it's not that I'm bringing in, that's not 20 new people every month. I'm helping my current customers get upgraded and stuff like that too. So there's other ways to get points. I think that's all I have to say. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, whoops. I was going to say something real quick because I saw in the chat about personal development and not being able to listen. It's something like, this is something like I tell my challengers, like, look in your calendar, look at your day, and carve it out and schedule it because it's important. So I'm not being not sympathetic or whatever the word is. Like, I'm not being not caring about this. I mean, I started when Bryce was 2, so I know that you have a kid all day long. He didn't sleep, whatever. So, whatever it is, or you're working 9 to 5 every day, or 12-hour shifts. I know that it's not possible to listen every day and be obsessed, but there are cracks. And, when you do your workout, you could definitely put on some personal development. Anytime you're in the car, anytime your kid is watching a show or on the iPad, anything like that. So I just want to hone in that you've got to be doing it. Even if it's 10 minutes a day, that's all we suggest. The other thing that I just wanted to say too was, I meant to say this earlier, I just always feel like everyone thinks they have to become a coach who leaves their job and retires their husband. And I just want to say to that, I feel like I say this all the time, but my goal as upline or the leader of everybody on this team is to not have you go for my goal. It's to help you reach your goal. And maybe you love your job and you want to stay there. And I 100% am for that. If you love your job, you should be there because you're good at it, that means. But what I want to say to that is, think about, and you have your income and it's great and that's everything. But think about, and this is something that I just always think, the unexpected. and think about the things that you're not, you can't even plan for. And the two things that come to my mind very easily, because these two things can happen to anybody at the drop of a hat. I got pneumonia 2 years ago, twice. Like, and then that was my sickness for the year, and I don't get sick. So I went to the ER, and it was a $1,300 bill 2 weeks before Christmas. And that, like, I don't really feel like anybody can, deal with that, especially right before Christmas. And nobody really wants to be having to pay this every month too and have it hanging over your head. So I'm just talking about there's things like that. And the other thing that always comes to my mind is that my grandmother passed away several years ago. My family's in New York, and like when I heard that she was like sick and it was going to be her last few days, I literally told Brian, like, I'm going to go. And it was 3 hours later and I left. And I stayed up there for the week. And not because I made a boatload of money and I could just do that, but because I was making enough where, had I been working as a nurse, I could have taken off and like been okay because I had that money. Or this allowed me at that point in my business to be able to go for 5 days if I wanted to, and not think about a hotel room, food, like all of that stuff. So those are just two personal examples. And I just want you guys to know that you don't have to have our same goals of staying home. Like, that's not what we're asking you to do. We want you to do what you want with this, but you have to be clear and you have to be honest about it. Don't say I want to hit Success Club if that doesn't really mean anything to you, because we don't want to be pushing you to that. We don't want to be bugging you about it. Honestly, we want to just bug you about what you want. Same thing. If you're like, I want to be home and not work, but then you're like, not really, like, that's great, but not really for me. Like, we're not going to like bug you on that. Like, we want to bug you for what you want. So get clear on what you want with this and what your goals are. And we're going to help you with that. But again, it is your goal, not ours. And it's not just to have you hit Success Club and it helps us. It is, what does Success Club actually mean for your business, for your family, for your future? I've been a coach for 6 years almost. I've hit Success Club every month, but 4 months. I'm going to be honest there, 4 months. And I think that, that's fine. But it's totally possible, you guys. And it's, like I said before, it is not because we are magical unicorns. It is because every day for, 25 out of 30 days a month, we are connecting with at least 3 to 5 new people a day. We are inviting 3 to 5 new people a day. Our goals of Success Club 20, we have to be inviting, what is that? If your goal is Success Club 6, that's 3 people. You have to be inviting 30. We have to invite 60, okay? So like I said, we're here with you. We're in the trenches with you, but we're doing the things. And if you do these things, we are not just saying them to blow smoke. These are the things that will work and will get you to your goals. So I'm not going to beat the horse anymore, but does anybody like have questions or anything at all?
I think I just want to challenge everyone, because we talked about a lot, to, when we end, like, don't rush away from your computer wherever you're sitting. Just take a second, write out like 3 things that jumped out at you while we were talking, because it's very easy to listen and then not really consume the information. And then choose 1 thing to take action on in the next 24 hours, because that's really how we move forward in this, at all, but definitely in the fourth quarter, is with action. And you guys are so incredibly, ridiculously capable. And what Megan said was so important about mindset, and speaking over, like, truth over yourself every morning. It's not because if you put it in the universe, it's going to happen. Like, no, it's not because of that. It's because you're literally telling your brain what to look for. when you speak those things over yourself. Megan was telling her brain to look for ways to become 5-star diamond because she was repeating that to herself over and over again. And there's something called self-confirming bias. And if you tell yourself you're a loser and you never hit Success Club, your brain's going to look for every indicator that that is true. However, if you tell yourself, I'm a freaking boss, I'm going to be a 5-star diamond, I am a 5-star diamond, I am a 10, whatever it is, your brain's going to look for confirmation on that also. So mindset's huge. Write down your takeaways, take action.
Oh, I just want to say one more thing, I promise. But when you're writing your goals, first off, you have to write your goals down. You have to. And put them somewhere that you will see them every day. But write them as if they've already happened. Like I said, I am a 10-star diamond coach. So, and repeat that every single day until you believe it. That's it. That's all. I'm done talking. Because I could talk forever.
I know, right? When we get fired up, I think all of us, when we get passionate, we could just keep going. If you want your pony or a picture, now is the time. I always
Can Lindsay and Tracy come back unless you don't want your face seen. I'm just going to do a screen grab.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, so everybody smile.
Oh, there she is.
All right, ready? Smile. Katie, where's Katie?
Oh, she hates being called out.
All right, ready? Smile. Keep smiling. Cool. All right. I got it, and I'll post it in the team page. Keeps popping his head in. I hope I got you.
Love it.
I hope I got you there. But does anybody have any questions, even if it's not on something we talked about? Was that helpful for you guys? We want you to keep dreaming bigger, dream big. And don't give up. We know this is a hard season that we're coming into with the holidays. But like I said, if you think it's hard, it's going to be hard. So.
And there's, I don't know how many, but I want to say 20-some thousand probably working coaches in the network. But a majority of them are going to let their foot off the gas because they've either hit their yearly goal or they're like, this year's been hard and I just want to relax and enjoy. But you can have your foot on the gas, still relax and enjoy the holidays and come out ahead and help the people that are like, wait a second, that person disappeared and left on me. I'm going to go with this person because she stayed consistent. She showed up through the hard times. And that's really what people need, is showing up through the hard times. Anybody can show up when it's easy. So keep your foot on the gas. There's going to be plenty of people letting up and you're going to be ahead of the game. Good. Great. All right, ladies. I'll put the recording up tomorrow and hope everybody has a great week. Don't forget Super Saturday. Please plug into it. All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.